Hi guys, welcome to another video on my art channel Sophie Art. Today I set myself a challenge. I am drawing on black paper with a uni ball pen. Those are the only white pens I can really work with, and I thought I could use it a lot more than I'm using it at the moment, so that's why I decided to also use the black paper I have lying around and try to make something. It's not the first time I'm painting or drawing on black paper, and you can make awesome stuff with black paper. If you are, for example, trying to make a galaxy, it's easier to start off with black one. Colors can pop differently, but I wanted to do a black and white one and try how things look when you have mainly black instead of mainly white. And I thought I can make a foresty, nighty kind of style with fairies hopping around into forest between the trees. And at first I wanted to make a lot of trees, but I thought maybe this is too much with white being the main color, because the ones in the back won't pop as much as they will do with the white. So that's why I decided to go other route by just making a few trees and making the rest look dark, as if it's too far in the background to be lighted. And this way it also kind of looks as if the fairies in the middle are kind of the light that makes the whole forest around them shine. For the trees I'm using a texture that I at the moment really like, which is just drawing lines that kind of give the tree a shape, and experimenting and making some holes as if the tree has broken off at that part, maybe because of a storm or something else like that, just to make them look more natural. And I also tried to make some branches just go off and then another one more at the top, and more make it look like this ball shape on top, because it looks to me a little bit unnatural. If you go out and look at trees, they are differently shaped with different kind of sorts you're looking at, and I got inspired by those who are more foresty, because they will have more branches at the top, because that's the space where the light actually hits. The ones at the bottom won't be as important, since the light doesn't get to them anyway. But you can make them however you want to, and it's a great learning experience too. If you want to recreate this painting, you don't have to. You can also just look at what I'm doing. I'm just giving you ideas if you want to recreate it. Which is maybe a good point to say that you can recreate my art. Don't try to copy it exactly, of course, but get inspired by what I do. That's totally fine with me. If you are tagging me, then that would make me really happy, so I can see that I actually had an impact on you guys, which is always making me so happy. A lot of far bigger YouTubers already talked about recreating, or however you want to call it. It's just important to me that you don't one-to-one copy it. Just I'm trying to tell you what I did, and you can just look at what I did while I'm creating the video and listen to what I'm saying and then work with that, you know? So if someone tells me he is copying a object in the room, you can just take an object and also try to copy it, you know? And don't try to copy the exact same object. And if I'm talking about creating trees in the dark, there are so many ways to do that. You don't have to do exactly what I did. You don't even have to use the same colors. You just can also make trees in the dark, or make a forest with fairies or something like that. Just take the idea and then think of what you think is cool, or what picture sparks up in your mind. Just maybe listen to the video. That's what's always helping me. Listen to the video and then let your mind go off, kind of daydream, and see what the pictures in your mind are doing, and then take that idea and make something out of it. And the more often you do that, the more realistic, or the more accurate it will get to the picture in your head, obviously. That's a cool way to do something that modern technique isn't able to do. It's actually showing people what's in your head, which is such a cool ability. To be honest, we are so cool for being able to do that. And even if it's not 100% accurate, what you need to think of is that you aren't making the full picture when you're thinking of something. You're just focusing on different points, and when you're actually putting it on paper, you need to interpret the rest. And that's why it won't look exactly the same, but it can look as accurate as you are wanting it to be. You can also leave out the rest and make it kind of fade, but do whatever you like to. Experiment with things, like try both things and try what fits best for you, and then you can show other people what's going on in your head, which is probably super cool because I know you guys have awesome things happening in your head. You are artists, and that is super cool. And your heads are able to do awesome things, or your brains. And I can see that when I'm looking at your art. I know a lot of you guys at that moment that I'm filming this video, which is way earlier than you're going to see it because Matt's school and I need to pre-record. But anyway, I see a lot of you guys' art and it's awesome, and I can only imagine what you're able to think of in your head, and it's probably, or I think it's really awesome. But yeah, let's move on back to the painting, to the drawing. Oh gosh, I'm confusing these a lot, and you guys know that probably if you watched earlier videos of me, but don't be mad at me. I just never really learned the difference until I was very old, and that's the reason why, basically. I just hadn't got some art teachers, basically. I just went into courses when I was older, and earlier on I just never had that. I just made art for myself, and I taught most of it myself, which is fine. Just that's the way it is. Yeah, that's basically all I think. The fairies are just shapes because it's hard with the thick ballpoint pen to actually make details. If you go as small as I did, you can make bigger fairies or focus more on the fairies if you're creating it. Those are just ideas for explaining what I mean with interpreting it. But yeah, that's everything I have to say about this video. I hope you guys had fun, and we will see each other in my next one. Bye!